A shocking emotional moment has gripped the Madlanga Commission after a Hawks officer broke down in tears when evidence revealed he had been cleared in the controversial Port Shepstone drug theft case. What really happened? And why does this revelation matter? Stay tuned as we dive into the main story.
So that the examinee was not prejudiced by the errors of the polygraph examiner. The polygraph examiner in question was stopped from conducting any further polygraph examinations thereafter.
So, effectively, the warrant officer was exonerated.
He was, Chair.
All right. That probably means all of those tests were.
This relates only to him, yes, we will before all the other witnesses come, we will have to do the same exercise, Chair. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
We are done with the witness, Chair.
Warrant officer, you are excused.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you very, very much for your testimony. And at least I'm happy that we are at the point where we are adjourning. I see that you are emotional, so you'll find time to compose yourself now. Thank you very much again, Warrant Officer. Let's adjourn and resume at 11:25.
One of the most emotional moments yet at the Madlanga Commission unfolded when Hawks Warrant Officer Karl Sander broke down after hearing evidence that appeared to clear him of involvement in the controversial Port Shepstone drug theft case. The moment was significant not only because of Sander's reaction, but because it highlighted the human impact that allegations, investigations, and internal suspicion can have on individuals working within law enforcement structures. During proceedings, Evidence leader advocate Lee Seagulls and Cube presented information indicating that findings previously used to cast suspicion on Sander could not be relied upon. Evidence before the Commission showed that a disputed polygraph examination had been declared invalid following an administrative review that identified procedural failures in the testing process. As those findings were presented, Sander became visibly emotional. To understand why this moment attracted attention, it is important to look at the broader context surrounding the matter. The Commission has been examining issues linked to the disappearance of 541 kilograms of cocaine that had been stored at a Hawks facility in Port Shepstone. The drugs, estimated to be worth hundreds of millions of rand, disappeared after being seized in a major operation, raising serious questions about security, accountability, and possible criminal infiltration within law enforcement structures. For years, the case has remained one of the most troubling episodes associated with evidence management and organized crime investigations in South Africa. Sander's name became connected to the matter despite his insistence that he was not present when the theft occurred. He told the Commission that he was on leave at the time and had never worked at the Port Shepstone office where the cocaine was stored. Despite that, he was treated as a suspect and subjected to a polygraph examination. What makes this development important is that it shifts attention away from assumptions and toward the quality of investigative processes. When a person is suspected of wrongdoing, the public often focuses on whether they are guilty or innocent. Less attention is given to how conclusions are reached. This situation highlights a broader issue facing institutions around the world: the need for investigative methods that are reliable, transparent, and capable of withstanding scrutiny. Questions surrounding the validity of the polygraph process became central to the Commission's examination. Evidence presented indicated that the examiner involved faced findings of procedural noncompliance, leading to concerns about the credibility of the results. The implications extend beyond one individual. If investigative procedures are flawed, confidence in disciplinary systems can be weakened. Public trust depends not only on identifying wrongdoing but also on ensuring that investigations are conducted fairly and professionally. For Sander personally, the Commission's findings appear to represent a significant moment of vindication. Testimony heard during proceedings suggested that the allegations and suspicion had affected both his professional standing and reputation. The emotional response witnessed at the Commission underscored how deeply such matters can affect those involved. At the same time, the Commission's work is far from complete. The central question surrounding the disappearance of the cocaine remains unresolved. Investigators and Commission officials continue to examine how such a large quantity of narcotics could vanish from a law enforcement facility and whether individuals inside policing structures may have played a role. Evidence heard previously has suggested that the theft may have involved insider knowledge rather than a simple security failure. That is why the significance of Sander's apparent exoneration goes beyond one man's experience. Every person ruled out narrows the focus of the investigation and potentially brings authorities closer to understanding what actually happened. The episode also serves as a reminder that commissions of inquiry are not only about uncovering misconduct. They can also reveal errors, challenge assumptions, and correct narratives that may have developed over time. For observers following the proceedings, the emotional scenes involving Karl Sander will likely be remembered as one of the Commission's most powerful moments. Not because they provided all the answers, but because they illustrated what is at stake when allegations, reputations, and public accountability intersect.